What if I told you there was a woman who saved an entire city by disguising herself as a man and leading an army, yet her name is barely remembered? Meet Tomoe Gozen, a fierce samurai warrior from 12th century Japan. Picture this. A time when samurai were almost exclusively male warriors, Tomoe broke the mold with her incredible skills in battle. She fought in the Genpei War, a brutal conflict between two powerful clans vying for control of Japan. Tomoe wasn't just a side character, she was a key fighter, known for her archery, swordsmanship, and courage on the battlefield. Legend says she once led a charge that turned the tide of a critical battle, rallying troops who thought defeat was inevitable. But here's the twist. After the war, her story fades into obscurity, overshadowed by male warriors and lost in the pages of history. Why? Because history often forgets women who don't fit the usual narrative. Tomoe Gozen challenges the idea that samurai were only men, and reminds us that bravery and leadership come in many forms. So next time you think about warriors or heroes, ask yourself, how many stories like Tomoe's have we never heard? Tomoe Gozen's tale begins during the late Heian period, a time of political unrest and shifting power dynamics in Japan. The Genpei War, which lasted from 1180 to 1185, was a pivotal conflict between the Taira and Minamoto clans, two powerful families battling for dominance. It was in this turbulent era that Tomoe emerged as a formidable warrior. She was said to be exceptionally beautiful yet equally fierce, combining grace with deadly proficiency in combat. Not only was she skilled with the bow and arrow, but she was also a master swordswoman, wielding her katana with precision and strength that rivaled the best male samurai. Accounts of Tomoe Gozen come primarily from the epic tale, The Tale of the Heike, a historical chronicle that mixes fact with legend. In this narrative, she is portrayed as a trusted and loyal retainer of Minamoto no Yoshinaka, a prominent samurai leader. Yoshinaka recognized her talents and bravery, entrusting her with critical missions and battlefield leadership. One of the most famous episodes describes how Tomoe led a surprise attack during the Battle of Awazu in 1184. Facing overwhelming odds, she fought valiantly, cutting down enemies and protecting her lord until the very end. Her actions not only saved lives, but also inspired those around her to keep fighting, despite the bleak circumstances. Despite her legendary status in these stories, Tomoe Gozen's legacy suffered from the biases of historical record-keeping. Samurai culture was deeply patriarchal, and chroniclers often emphasized male achievements while minimizing or ignoring women's roles. Women who took up arms were sometimes viewed as anomalies or even threats to the social order. This meant that even though Tomoe was celebrated in oral traditions and literature, her story was not preserved with the same rigor as her male counterparts. Over time, she became more of a mythical figure than a recognized historical hero. But why does Tomoe Gozen's story matter today? Because it reminds us that history is often incomplete, filtered through perspectives that can exclude important voices. Her example challenges stereotypes about gender and power, showing that courage and leadership aren't confined to one gender or identity. It also invites us to question other untold stories. How many women, warriors, leaders, and changemakers have been erased or overlooked? In modern Japan and around the world, Tomoe Gozen has become a symbol of female strength and resilience. She appears in literature, art, and even pop culture, inspiring new generations to rethink what it means to be a warrior. Schools teach about her as a way to highlight women's contributions in history, and feminist scholars analyze her story to explore the intersection of gender and martial tradition. Beyond that, Tomoe's legacy encourages us all to look deeper into the past, to seek out voices that history might have buried, and to celebrate the diverse forms of heroism that exist. So next time you think about samurai or warriors, remember Tomoe Gozen, not just as a legend, but as a real person who defied expectations and changed the course of history. Her story is a powerful reminder that bravery knows no gender, and that the pages of history are richer and more complex than we often realize. How many other stories like hers are waiting to be rediscovered? The answer might just change the way we understand the past, and inspire us to build a future where everyone's courage is honored.